100%, there's more to Minecraft's new update. They might have accidentally secretly revealed just what those features are. Yeah, it's a Monday, but it doesn't matter. I'm back a little bit early. I was real excited about this one. In honor of this poor and lonely chicken, smack that like button right now. And my dear best friends, let's go ahead and waddle straight into this one. So for today's video, I've split everything into two overarching sections. Section 1, the proof. Section 2, the what. After all, if I'm gonna pop on here and boldly claim that there's more to Minecraft's new update, we gotta back it up with a little bit of hard, cold, undeniable evidence. The WhatsApp teaser. And to be clear, I'm not talking about the bow and wave thing. In fact, still emotionally scarred from the other one, I better see nothing involving a bow emoji or a wave emoji anywhere. No. Instead, I'm talking about this one right here. These 4 emoji. So far on our new Minecraft Spring Update menu, we've got 3 total things. We've got leaf litter, not inside of those 4 emojis. We've got new pigs, not inside of those 4 new emojis. And then we've got wildflowers. Questionably, probably, inside of those 4 emojis. The 4 emojis that were dropped inside of the WhatsApp server as an official teaser for Minecraft's next update late last year. One could maybe argue that the 2 flowers represent the wildflower, but on the other hand, why 2 different flowers to represent one single patch of flowers? And on top of that, these are yellow and white flowers, so why do we go with the pink flower? Like, is there not totally, and absolutely there is, it's a rhetorical question, so don't even bother answering, but is there not a yellow emoji that is also a flower? Flower schematics aside though, we also have a sun emoji and a calendar emoji. If we are to believe that those 2 flowers were just solely about the wildflower, what in the world is the whole sun thing about? And what is the calendar about too? Based off of the small interaction between Harry, a community member, and Corner Hard MC, a Minecraft developer that happened early last December, we know for sure that that teaser with the 4 emoji is not about a date. So at most, we've got half of that teaser inside of the game. Whatever the sun means and the calendar means, we've seen nothing of it. Fine, Shemine, that's not enough from you. You will only be impressed by hard, cold words from the developers or the official Minecraft accounts. Well, my friend, I present you Minecraft on Instagram. Check out this post. This is a post with a little carousel going on, showing off some of the new features in Snapshot 23W05A. 25W02A. I don't know. I'll consult a medical professional soon. I don't know why I can't say any of the Snapshot numbers anymore. It's weird. New year, new drop. Java players can now test 6 blah blah blah. They talk all about the new features that were added in that snapshot. We heard about it. Right down here to end their caption that was edited. We have even more in store. But in the meantime, help us test these features with the link in bio. Boom, the hardest cold. It's undeniable evidence that there is more to this update around. So we now know for sure that there is more coming to the game. But what is that more? Here are some things that have gone down in the community recently with varying degrees of, oh, that's totally the next feature-ness. Minecraft Snapshot 25W02A, the big return snapshot from Minecraft this year. Also, the snapshot that implemented a ton of the new update features like the falling leaves and whatever. Shulker box. Inside of Shulker box, every single one of the axes that I own to my name. I'm something of a woodworking man myself, so of course I would want to keep all of those safe. I place them in the Shulker box. I walk up to the Shulker box. I break the Shulker box. Doesn't matter if I have a tool or what. And then my axes are all over the floor again. Not only is this a biohazard, but it would drive my father insane and, well, great. But that's just the start of it, because to make things even more interesting, I place the shulker box back down, I open it up, and yeah, there's nothing here. However, depending on the specific methods and which one would actually use to break the shulker box, occasionally items will drop out of the shulker box, but at the same time, still be preserved inside of the shulker box too. And just to show you that this doesn't matter what tool you use to break the shulker box with, if I were to say use a pickaxe to break the shulker box, it still exactly happens. That's a pretty strange bug, right? Especially in a snapshot that, say, doesn't change anything involving inventories, let alone shulker boxes. Now, as I've said before, sometimes bugs are not just bugs. My big example that I keep going back to for this one, if you've seen all the videos I've been cooking up lately, well, thank you. I appreciate you all. The love has been so generous this year. But if you've seen some of the other videos, then you remember the example that I say. Late last year, Bedrock Edition preview, Shmeeview, it drops. Inside of that preview, every single overworld leaf color, it's strangely been changed. Keep in mind that at the time, we had no clue that every leaf block was about to get an update with the new particle on everything. The proof is in the pudding. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes when, say, a feature is getting an additional feature, say leaves are getting this fancy new falling ability, well, in order to set up for this fancy falling ability, the devs have to do a little bit of internal work on the code, and sometimes when you do some internal work on the code, something breaks and a bug pops up. So sometimes you should pay attention to bugs. They might have a small hint, a little inkling of what might be coming next, or at the least, they might kind of relate to something on the way next. Does this mean that the shulker box is getting some kind of new or different functionality sometime soon? Perhaps even just at the smallest change, maybe being brought into the modern era with a brand new UI or some kind of way to actually see what's inside the shulker box? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, the bug is weird and it was fixed in 25W03A. So what can you say, really? Minecraft's a funny guy. They like the memes, sometimes maybe even a little bit too much. In order to search for our next potential update here, we take a look at an interesting one from Minecraft on Twitter, January 2nd, 2025. This meme landed over on Twitter a full 6 days before we would have an actual taste of wildflowers inside of the game. The meme we're about to take a look at also landed 5 days before we got this interesting little teaser hinting about what was coming soon, and this teaser, in hindsight, was clearly all about the wildflowers. Back from the holidays, suitcase emoji, airplane emoji. That's it, they've done it. They will finally populate the sky with not wildlife or anything beautiful, but airplanes from time to time inside of your world. After this update, I fully believe that we will see not only large commercial airliners like Boeing 737, but also perhaps classic biplanes and things like that. Maybe even a triplane. Back from the holidays, and then we have 3 pictures. In picture number 3, going at these ones backwards here, we have the villager standing on the beach. Man, those were the days. The vacation was so nice. Never mind that it's in December, so it's freezing, but hey, it's okay. Then we have the villager down in, like, where everyone goes for their honeymoon, so that's kind of cool. Just alone. Weird, but okay. I mean, you do you, but then this one, which is really, really interesting. The context here, in hindsight, with the villagers and the mountain biome, the beautiful flowers, this is like literally the villager inside of the meadow, and the meadow just got an update, so, was it a subtle hint? I don't know. But looking at these other images right here, the warm ocean biome, that's basically what this thing would be Minecraft's equivalent, and there's kind of like a village. What if, maybe, it's a stretch, okay? I know, I'm crazy. Like that the town in like Pokemon Sapphire or something. Imagine a village inside of like the warm ocean biome that's like on like rafters floating or something. Oh, that'd be so cool. And then the final image, I don't know really what to make of it. It's like sunset, which could kind of relate to that whole sun teaser. I'm not too sure if this really plays into all of the teasers and whatever's going on, but I just think that first one with the meadow biome is at the least like a little bit interesting. A coincidence that the villager is inside of a biome that ended up receiving an update? You be the judge. Mob variants. It's a feature that we already know this update is kind of all about. Brand new mobs, more mobs included. Well, they're very well, almost for certain, are even more variants on the way. If I was going to take a guess and say any of these features from today's video are definitely coming to the game, this one is honestly the one that I would probably place my money on. Minecraft Snapshot in the changelog of the real update 25W02A. One of the interesting changes inside of the snapshot involves what the changelog refers to as farm animals. Right here inside of the changes section, farm animals can now spawn in the Badlands. Now a little bit earlier up in the changelog, we got note that the warm pig is going to spawn inside of the Badlands. In the part 2 to that snapshot video, this one right here, we went over to the Badlands and did a little bit of investigating and found out that yes, the cow, the chicken, the sheep, and the pig were spawning inside of the Badlands. I don't think those mobs ever spawned in the biome before, so it's interesting. Kind of just thinking about the mobs in Minecraft in general, it's probably the case that those 4 mobs are likely what the devs are considering farm animals. Now, inside of this changelog, all the way tucked down inside of the technical, the tags, the components section of the changelog, we have 2 interesting lines right here. Biome tags added spawns in cold variant farm animals and spawns warm variant farm animals. So these right here, what we're looking at, are basically 2 brand new biome tags relating to farm animals, which at the point of this snapshot only really affects the pig with the cold and the warm variant. Why would the devs go and add a new biome tag with cold variant farm animals if only the pig is going to get a different biome variant? Instead, wouldn't the devs just have a tag that specifically talks about maybe the pig with the different temperature variants, not say the cow with no other variants, or the chicken with no other variants as well? Oh, is it about to happen? See, to me, that line in the code right there, since the second I saw that, I've almost kind of been sure of it. One of these snapshots now, like, it's gotta happen, right? Different variants of these animals. Now, to be clear here, these different mob variants we're taking a look at today and that you might have seen on the thumbnail, it's thanks to this amazing mod, More Mob Variants by Nyupo. And basically, with this one, we've got a ton of different variants for a lot of different mobs inside of the game. It's beautiful. I mean, this one, it makes perfect sense. They add more farm animals that have different biome variants inside of the game. The fact that we have new biome tags for it, I think means that this feature would be insanely easy to implement as well. Like, all the devs need to do is design some different textures for the mobs, and then boom, the code is already there to allow this all to happen. But that's not the only interesting thing that I've noticed inside of the code changelog for that snapshot. So we've got that strange biome tag right here. And then right here, we've got an interesting block tag that I think is maybe strange. Replaceable by mushrooms. An exhaustive list of blocks that can be replaced as a mushroom is placed or grows. Now look, call me crazy if you want, but when do mushrooms grow in Minecraft? Like, if I, actually bone meal this thing and grow it, more mushrooms don't grow. The mushroom grows a little bit larger, so maybe that's what we're saying, like, blocks that are replaced when a mushroom properly grows. But, like, if we're talking about the spread of mushrooms, say, from one block to another, I don't think they ever say spread and grow like that, right? Like, the only mushroom spreading and growing mechanic that I can think of, and I guess, sure, like, yes, they do spread and grow, but it's a whole dark room thing where you, like, place the mushroom down, you make a really dark box, and then eventually the mushroom will spread and grow inside of that room. It seems like that functionality has been, like, working perfectly for years, so why would they add a tag for this functionality that seems unchanged and to be working perfectly fine if maybe they're not about to add some kind of new interesting mushroom spreading or growing mechanic, maybe in the wider overworld, or perhaps even tied to a mob. Wildflower, I can't help but think it looks just like the Moobloom. Minecraft Earth connoisseurs, you will have to enlighten me, but I swear I remember something called a cluckshroom, basically a chicken with a mushroom on it, and it would move around and generate mushrooms where it walks. Imagine the iconic duo of fantasy mobs, the Moobloom, the cluckshroom, being added to the game inside of this update. The cluckshroom walks around and places mushrooms, therefore providing a little bit more of a point of this actual block tag stuff right here. Oh, and a mushroom being able to walk around and place the yellow wildflower. Yes, please, baby, please. Another interesting code setup, and one that we literally just talked about, can be found inside of 25W03A. Inside of this snapshot, a bunch of changes were made to items. The snapshot was actually really gigantic. A bunch of changes were made to items and how basically in the vanilla game now you can use like different names to change the texture of them, and then some items like say potions, enchanted books, I believe can have individual textures now, again, inside of the vanilla game. Now look, I don't want to talk about this one for too long because we just talked about it in this video, so check it out next here. But inside of the game, banner patterns. In the last update, or one of the most recent ones, banner patterns were updated and made way more beautiful. This is such a nice change, and to me, is the type of change that the devs are probably going to continue to focus on over the next couple of years. Or maybe even get it done quicker and over the next couple of months. For example, enchanted books. Why, in the year 2025, are they all just lazily exactly the same? The other one, maybe, potions. Wait a second, those aren't the normal potions. With the help of a beautiful resource pack, every single one of these potions has been changed to a custom texture for each potion. It's not just like a different gradient now, it's a completely different symbol. Like, we've got a heart for regen, we've got a strange little spike thing for swiftness. The fact that they have set up within the confines of the vanilla game code, the file organization and format needed to be able to actually individualize these item textures. Well, look, I mean, it doesn't get more setup than this. You put the framework for being able to individualize those item textures into the game, and then bam, a couple snapshots later, you get the new textures. What do you think? And knowing for certain that there are more features coming to the game in this update, what's next? Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash like, subscribe for more. Down in the description are every single one of my links. Check them out and follow. Oh, and thanks for everyone posting everything on the subreddit lately too. It's really cool. Anyways, Endcard, more videos. Check them out next, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.